Hello again and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and at least trying to keep out of mischief. A little bit of housekeeping before we start this wonderful current events reading. Thank you so much for everybody who's signed up to the Village Elite memberships that are now happening over here on YouTube. You're just wow. Thank you so much indeed for your generosity, your kindness, your support, especially those also in the comments sections and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing what we've generated in just 3 weeks. Wow. Thank you so much. This is a highly sought after reading. This has been suggested by Tbtb, Anne, Michelle, naming and shaming people here, and about 19 other people liking their suggestions as well for Sadiq Khan, which, before we move really onto it, I'm loving the people liking the thummies in the comments for people. So yes, you can vote. This is a new thing we're going to start now, voting on other people's suggestions. If that resonates with you, to like someone else in the comments, thummy, it gets me attention most definitely. So, for the new boys and girls, we do several different readings here. We do current events readings like this one here, which is all about looking into what's going on so that we can be unburdened by it. We can become enlightened, bunny flops. We also do timeless collective readings, which means that while we've unburdened ourselves with the current events, we can work on our personal growth, personal development. That's what they're for. We also do prediction readings. And for the members, the Village Elite, we also do an exclusive general vibes reading about different situations and countries and stuff like that, where we can have a bit more of a deep dive so we can become a bit more knowledgeable together. So if that sounds like something you'll be interested in, please click that subscribe button and ding-a-ling that bell so you can get notified. Why YouTube doesn't do it all in one like it used to, no one knows. I don't know, you don't know, no one knows. But if you could ding-a-ling in public, that'd be lovely. And if you really enjoy this reading, please thummy. That really does help smear it around. And also comment down below your thoughts about the reading. I will need some help in the comments below. I'm not based in London. I don't know London. I have no connection with London. I have no idea. Let's put that out there right now. So if there are certain things that come up in the reading, and I'm sure there will be, I probably won't know about it. So call it out down below. Go, oh, I think this is about this, or this system, or that kind of thing. The only thing I know, so we're all up to date, is the everywhere you can only drive 20 miles an hour now, it seems. The ULEZ thing going up, or whatever it's called, going up to the M25, and everyone's miffed off with that, to the point where they're still, I don't know if they still I want an update. Are people still cutting down the cameras so ULEZ thing don't work? That's pretty much all I know. Okay, so going in completely blind, and as always, I don't know where this reading is going to go. Neither do you. We can find out together. So here we go. Sadiq Khan, can we have a current events reading for Sadiq Khan, please? For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes. Number one rule. The number one rule. So a reading for Sadiq Khan, please. Thank you. Oh, and the other thing, is the most guarded person in London, pretty much, apart from Taylor Swift. If we ignore Taylor Swift, and yet he feels unsafe. That's the other thing I know about him. So, ooh, new cycle. Success. Ooh. Flirting with ideas, possibilities. Backhanded deals. I mean that loosely. This success is the Labour government, and he's flirting with ideas about how now how now he can work together with the government to actually really implement the real stuff that he wants to implement. Six of buttons, there's some sort of funding back and forth that's going on concerning this. I've also noticed that the only reason I know about the 20-mile-an-hour stuff is because it's been implemented everywhere else, isn't it? It's in Wales and other places, and it's just like, we're not London, go away. Uh, that's screaming at me for some reason. I don't know why yet. Knight of Cups, 3 of matches, reviewing how far we've got so far. Notice how that slap bang in the middle between the 6 of matches, the success, victory, and also the Page of Cups here. Flirting with possibilities, ideas. What have we already achieved? What have we already done? Where else can we cause mischief and mayhem? Allegedly. So, and then planting that in. So, I think these are ideals. This doesn't feel like a particular person. It feels more of an action, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Buttons does feel like a person. This one feels like it's more of kind of a... it doesn't even feel like a manifesto. It kind of feels like... almost like agreements behind closed doors. How far have we got? All right, off we go. Now we've got the money. Now we can implement more stuff. How far have we got? Moving on, determination. Notice where it's landed here as well. But there's going to be challenges. The money. There's definitely challenges here. Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, good karma, good destiny. But that doesn't feel right either. That doesn't. It almost feels as if there's kind of like a pushback against it. There's something there. 8 of Buttons, putting the work in. There's the worry though of this down here. This pushback, the worry, the concern, it's almost like sand through fingers kind of energy there. Wasted opportunity, that kind of stuff. We're screwing it up, lads. So this is interesting. It feels very formulaic. It feels very you know what, it feels very anal. And what I mean by that is like tick boxes, check-in lists, that kind of stuff. It's more regimented than I was expecting. Admittedly, I don't know what I was expecting, but it seems very kind of building blocks, kind of like tick, 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 tick. So it's interesting. I'm going to go with the prediction deck. Let's have a look at this. What is Sadiq Khan going to do? So we've got the base layer for the new boys and girls. This is the base layer for the reading. And then we layer on top of it, kind of get more detail, insight and stuff. And then advice at the end, so that we can prepare ourselves and stuff like that. We always try and end readings here with an actionable next step. That is what I always try and do, at least. It doesn't mean necessarily it works, but that's what we always try and do. So, so what is he plotting, planning, and scheming? What is Sadiq Khan plotting, planning, and scheming for the greatest good for all concerned? Okay. Oh, that was a thwad as we cut the deck there. So, rebellion, pushback. This is what feels a bit dodgy there. That pushback. Downgraded. Again, this keeps coming up in the last couple of days. Last couple of readings that we've been doing. Some sort of energy weapon. This feels as if almost like control. Some form of... I don't want to say lockdown because that's too harsh, but kind of implementing kind of some random law that no one's kind of heard of before, kind of that kind of energy. Politicians, government. Notice the politicians and government is on the 6 of buttons here. kind of the back and forth, but not necessarily backhanders kind of thing, but you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of energy. So that's confirmation of that there. Big city makes sense, but that feels more like kind of like the city of London, some sort of deal there. Changes coming. Future time. Hmm. What they're trying to build. This is kind of like what I'm saying. It like the review. How much have we got done? How much more do we need to do? It's that kind of energy. Kind of this kind of. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it was glaring. Like I said, like being very military, kind of militant, kind of ticking boxes, heading towards some form of utopian ideal. Um, but there's definitely somebody up here. I keep getting drawn to this lady up here. That the downgrade card. It feels as if, and I think it is a lady. Someone's gonna. This feels like a bit of a bitch slap. Kind of standing up against these changes, what their changes, and that's hence the changes coming. Kind of. Society collapse, commercial airline, good outcome. Overarching energy, Elon Musk. Daddy Elon Musk. We have to say Daddy Elon Musk because we're using Starlink technology to send these videos to you, beautiful people. So it's part of the contract with Starlink. We've got to suck up Daddy Elon. We've got every time we refer to him. Even when I'm not recording, it's like Daddy. Everything returns to normal. So there's definitely this pushback, once again, that we keep on talking about. This collapse here feels financial. It has come up once before, but it kind of felt distant. This feels as if, what's this with again? Commercial airline. Definitely there's some sort of partnership here. Is there some sort of expansion to London Airport that they're trying to get done, but it's not going to happen because this financial. This feels like November, end of November, after Trump gets voted in. So it's on his watch kind of thing. Yeah, but it's a good outcome. It's going in the right direction. And I think there's something to do with Elon calling him out or using the platform. Because I'm surprised social media hasn't come up here as a card, because that normally means like pushback, people kind of being rebellious, even though we do have rebellion somewhere here. It's the first card, isn't it? Yes, uprising, rebellion. People speaking their truths, people kind of like go, oi, sort this crap out, kind of malarkey. But yeah, it feels as if this is the sort of domino effect we're expecting. And I've just done a reading where for Taylor Swift, which is coming out. Oh, they're all up. It's all in a different order, but basically, it came out. All the energy was the snapback is around about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, kind of time period. But I think because there's some sort of connection that ties Khan to Starmer and the government and the cabinet in some way. There is some sort of There is definitely so. I've been told not to do these yet. I've been told to do the cartoon clarity first and then do the advice. So I was going to do advice, but I've been told off. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom, please. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for this spread, please. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for this spread, please. For the greatest good for all concerned. Okay. plan, schedule. That's what they're doing. Like I said, it's all coming together. This all this kind of shenanigans that we were talking about before, like how far have we achieved our ultimate goal, which I don't think is. It doesn't feel like manifesto. It feels like kind of a gentleman's agreement kind of thing. We've also got friendship clubbing together. So we got the on this level. Let me just remind myself. The city, um, like the banks, that kind of thing. Changes are coming though, and it's the friendship here is like the connection between the two, much more closer than maybe they're making out. Idea. This is the social kind of pushback. Um, hmm. Good outcome, goal, purpose. People calling it out. People kind of saying no because it's like they're inspired another way. These two cards keep coming up, but what I'm getting between them and the social collapse thing is that the politician, the Labour in general, is just not reading the room. They're just not reading the room. The Conservatives have to at this moment. I don't know if they're listening, but they have to try and rebuild something or other. Um, and they're frightened about it. It's almost as if it, with the schedule card, it kind of feels like things are going to get a bit faster, trying to get things through, but they're absolutely crapping their pants of like the paranoid kind of energy, perseverance, exactly. Getting through this challenges, trying to keep on making it happen, enduring, trying to keep it pushing through. But it ain't. It just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. It feels as if there is going to be this almighty slapback that I keep referring to, and it just feels as if it's like enough is enough. If you're new here, I've been preaching on my little soapbox for a little while since he got elected in July, August time, and on Twitch side of things. That Starmer will be gone by Christmas. And I now am kind of saying with the Taylor Swift tickets kind of saga video that's coming out, if it hasn't already come out, I don't know which order they come in. I should know, but I don't know. Is that it's in the next 2.5 weeks from now as they're being released. So this is interesting that this feels like this is for some reason I keep thinking Wales as well. I know Labour has been over there for what 20 years or so in the oh god, it's technically not called a parliament, is it? But yeah, it's over there. The Assembly, or am I thinking of Northern Ireland? So advice, please. Advice. Take this opportunity. So this is for Londoners, and take this passion, this opportunity. Four of what? Happy home. 1111 card. Make a wish. Make it happen. This is an opportunity to actually get things how you want it to be. You've got to. Yes, there's going to be challenges. The elite are not wanting to give up their control, but notice the colours here. Notice how they match down here. This kind of warmth, yumminess. This kind of it's time, people. For those who are just new to this channel, what we're seeing right now, to put it into some sort of context, is this transition time between the way things were when Pluto was in Capricorn for 20 odd years, which is big business, big government, corporations, globalism, that kind of stuff. And now Pluto is in Aquarius. So that means power back to the little guy, freedom, expression, small business, small governments. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a complete opposite. So that's why at the moment everything's up in the air. There's all this carnage going on, as it were, because the ones in power are realizing, oh crap, our window of opportunity is gone. And that's like energetically, it's all coming back. And that's why it seems a lot more of a bruh place right now. Technical term, bruh. Six of Cups, going back to how it was, tradition. See? I love when a magic trick works like that. Strength card. Yes, have the passion and strength. Temperance, balance. This was coming up. Balance again. I think I've answered my own question. In the Taylor Swift tickets reading, which I believe off the top of my head is the one that came out today as well. I'm actually going to double check because it's bugging me because these are connected. When it's yes, came out this morning. In your time, came out this morning. The Temperance card came out, and it just kept yelling at me, balance, balance, balance. And I even said to the people there, I obviously haven't read your comments yet, but I said to the people there, like, if you've been reading along, what do you think this balance is? Because it keeps coming back. The balance is finally being answered. The balance here, including that reading, if you went to see it or seen it earlier, is that we can't, as a collective, as the little people, as scum class, you and me, us lot, we can't be like them. We can't be as angry and, I want to say the word evil, in that loose sense of term, yeah, and that kind of arrogance. We have to be balanced. We have to be better than them. As this happens and changes, there we go. Knight of Swords, truth, knowledge, and wisdom rushing in. This is us calling them out. This is us kind of keeping them to account. This is us kind of saying, no, you're talking absolute rubbish. For example, and I appreciate back in like 70 years ago, I appreciate why, but this whole concept of like pushing back, oh, they're just a populist, this, that, and the other. No, governments are supposed to, in my humble opinion, governments are supposed to represent the people, right? This whole concept of, oh, difficult decisions, it's like, it's not difficult decisions. Just do what most people want you to do. And it's not a difficult decision. It's quite an easy decision, in fact. Just do what people want you to do. But it's like, oh, everything's a difficult decision. If you're doing good things, it wouldn't be difficult. I'll get off my soapbox again. I'm so sorry. I'm in a cheeky mood tonight. Magician, manifesting this change that we want to see. Balancing the books, Two of Pentacles. From this topsy-turvy crazy into something that's much more balanced, chilled, relaxed, happiness. People representing the people for the right reasons, you know, instead of decreeing. Ten of Swords, end of a cycle, end of this burden and backstabbing BS that we've been in. Notice that like this, you're not going to put this back in the bottle. Yeah, you're not going to put this genie back in the bottle. It's out now. No matter what they say, what they do, like how many people they throw into prison for 2-3 years for tweets. No matter how they scare people, it's not going to work. Enough's enough. They want to get back to a more traditional time, a much more innocent, silly, light-hearted time. Oh, this is amazing. Overarching energy, Hierophant. Could be organized religions, but in this case, it feels much more like organizations, how they represent people, how they work for people. How they should be working for the person instead of encroaching and bullying people. Underlying energy. Two of Swords, guarded. These organizations kind of like guarding themselves. It's amazing how that all these people are hiding behind so much security, isn't it? Because if they were doing the right thing, this is coming across as security and big security walls and castle kind of style. If you're doing the right thing for the right people, or majority of the people, you wouldn't need to be hiding behind, being guarded by all these people in uniforms, would you? You wouldn't have to be hiding behind the Range Rovers, the bulletproof Range Rovers, and the police escorts and all that kind of stuff. Because people wouldn't be upset. People would be fine. People would you're representing me. You're doing, good works. We don't need to hide you behind all this fortress. Fascinating. Oh, this is amazing. What an interesting reading. What an interesting reading. It hasn't come out as like any specifics, which I was thinking it might do. Because it did feel a little bit kind of like it was going to go into kind of intricate kind of London-based stuff that, like I said, I don't know about. But this feels a lot more just like a general kind of, I don't want to call it an uprising because that sounds kind of dodgy, but I feel like more people are holding people to account. And they're not used to it. They don't know what to do with it. Their usual techniques are not working. And I find this interesting. Hold on, that's sliding out. But we need to strategy, planning, and lies, deception was sliding out because they're, as you can see, they're quite a glossy card deck. They slide around a little bit. But these wanted to come out. But this is the thing, though. No matter how much these strategy, Starmer and Khan try and plot, plan, scheme to try and keep this deception going, or it's all for the greater good. Well, if it's for the greater good, then it wouldn't be difficult decisions, then would it? But it's like it's quite literally. I'm being focused to the snake here. It's quite literally biting them. It's biting them in the backside. And then positive outcome. Yes, sun, yes, positive outcome. Notice how much more lovely orange warmth, goodness. Oh, this is lovely. So if you enjoyed this reading, please thummy. That'd be gorgeous. If you have any comments about this and like insights about other stuff that's happening in London and kind of what's going on up here about this people clubbing together or the challenges of it and that kind of thing, please add them down below as well. I've also noticed while I've got you is can you just make sure that you put a space next door to your full stop if you're going to do sentences in your comments. What I've noticed is YouTube purposely holding back comments that they think they have URLs in them. They instantly stop them. Okay, and I have noticed that it takes about like a day or so for those comments to suddenly appear to be kind of like held back for making sure things are all right on my little dashboard. And people are complaining to me that, oh, you're censoring me. It's like, no, I'm not. I think this is the main reason why. Okay, unless you're being an absolute pillock, I ain't going to censor you because it defeats the purpose of this channel. You have your opinions, speak them. I don't care. I encourage it, and remember to thumb other people's suggestions down below. But anyway, enough of that. I just thought I'd mention it just so it's out there, people know, right? And if other people are complaining about the comments and stuff like that, please tell them. It's like, oh, you may have, the system thinks you've put a URL in the comments when you're not allowed to. And that's why it censored it. Okay, so just so you know. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later.